evening and welcome to ABS TV News at 7:30. Making the headlines tonight, federal government says it is satisfied with level of work at Zix Mausoleum. State government assures of commitment to sustain assistance to support persons affected by flood. Senate suspends confirmation of new members of EFCC over federal character deficiency. And on the foreign scene, Israeli armed shoots told that Palestinian man after attempted car ramming. Now the news in detail. My name is Chidimma Oranwa. Governor Willie Obiano has inspected ongoing construction of work at Omonampo Mputu Ogwaniocha Road, Ogbara Local Government Council area. Government House correspondent G. Kabara, who was part of the inspection crew, reports that the governor directed the contractors to add construction of a bridge that will connect Ihiala to the contract. This report.
Serious sand filling work was going on at the 14.6-kilometer road stretch. According to the governor, his administration is working on the road to ensure that they have access road just like other Obaro communities, stressing that his administration is the first to construct a road in their community and asked for support all the way.
A very, very difficult terrain, and no government in Anambra State has ever constructed the road to this community. You know, and we are determined that before Christmas, as you have heard from the contractor, the remaining 3 kilometers should be completed. You know, when I was coming here, I saw some bad portions down there because of the heavy flood that we had here not too long ago. The flood is just receding. He's also going to address that, you know, so that Ogwaniocha, like other Obaru communities, will have access road, and they should remember the party that is doing this for them.
The Commissioner for Works, Engineer Marcel Ifejiofo, explained that the contractor has assured of doing the stone crush to the traditional ruler's palace before Christmas.
This is the first time a road is getting to this community of Ogwaniocha. We've been here before, and the community are very grateful. The local government are grateful for giving them an access road. Igwe's place is some meters away from this place. Last time we came, we were there. So the contractor to this project is Tamaj Construction, and he's doing very well, and we hope that before Christmas, we must have given them a crossstone to Igwe's palace so that Igwe can get to his house.
The project manager of Tamad firm handling the project, Mr. Tony Madi, emphasized that the road is the hardest road in the state, assuring of completion of the road in record time, as well as adhering to the stipulated standard.
We promise His Excellency to go to the end, and before Christmas time, the stone will reach the house of the Igwe around the 12,000 chenage. But now, by grace of God, now we will continue to reach the house of the Igwe. He is ready to welcome His Excellency.
The traditional ruler of the community, Igwe Oliver Nnaji, thanked the governor for coming to their rescue on the road project, which was initially given by the previous administration, assuring of their unalloyed support to the state government.
At least this community an agrarian community. When it was
Stakeholders in the area, including Right Honorable Chinwenwebili and Chief Chinedu Emeka, hailed the governor for the road construction and pleaded with the community members to continue to support the state government. Meanwhile, the contractor handling the Isingwo Rifite Akwozobolo Road, Prince Chuks Okolo of Pachuks Engineering, has assured of 1 kilometer asphalting by the end of January next year. The contractor gave the assurance during Governor Willie Obiano's inspection visit to ascertain the level of work at the site.
This road was awarded to Pachuks Engineering, and now we have fully mobilized, and we have commenced our job. We are starting clearing. After this, we do formation, and we promise to meet our target. So I don't think nothing is delaying the progress of this job. So I'm asking the Orifite people to be patient and work together with us so that we can achieve the main objective. Dr. Willie Obiano is working.
The 5.6 kilometers road, awarded in March 2018, has a spur to Ose Umuodum and St. Mary Catholic Church, Isingwo. Some stakeholders in the area, including Chief Jude Emecheta and Chief Romi Ezonwoka, applauded the governor for always keeping true to his words. The people of the area beat drums and exhibited wonderful dance steps in joy and excitement. Ejike Abana, ABS News.
The Minister of Power, Works and Housing, Mr. Babatunde Fashola, has expressed satisfaction with the quality of work at the Zix Mausoleum in Ogbe Abo Village, Onitsha. Mr. Fashola made this known when he came for what he called the final inspection and construction work on the site. ABS correspondent Ngozi Obileri covered the minister's visit and now reports.
Also built inside the Zix compound was an administrative block that housed 2 halls, art gallery, library, museum, archives, VIP lounge, reception hall, among others. The minister was accompanied by the Minister of Employment, Dr. Chris Ngige, and other officials in the ministry. Speaking after inspecting work on the project, Mr. Fashola said that the mausoleum has been completed and is ready for commissioning. The minister expressed delight over the quality of work done at the project and said, though the work was delayed, the most important thing is that it has been completed. He charged staff of the ministry to ensure that the compound is kept clean before, during and after the commissioning.
So this project was awarded in 2012. The contractor didn't get paid, even at the time when we had $100 per barrel of money. And when the president says, where did the money go? They say he should stop talking about yesterday. This is the link between corruption and development. If they had paid this contractor, we would have finished. We started paying him when we came. And so if they hadn't stolen the money, clearly this would have finished. And they've denied people work. That's the truth. The young man I saw there who was doing screening says he earns 30,000 naira a week if money comes, if materials come. What brings material is money.
Speaking earlier, the Minister of Employment, Dr. Ngige, said that completion of the project was born out of President Buhari's promise to complete work on the mausoleum if elected, adding that it was the president who directed them to come for the final inspection before the commissioning proper.
Great, I feel elated, I feel wonderful, and I feel it's one of the promises made fulfilled, and many others have to follow suit, including the second Nigeria.
It is no longer how far, but how well. The Zix Mausoleum in Ogbe Village, Onitsha, has been completed. According to the opinion of people, the edifice is befitting for a character as that of Zix of Africa. From Zix Mausoleum in Onitsha, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
The state government is assured of its continuous assistance to persons affected by this year's flood disaster in the state to ensure they reintegrate into their communities. The assurance was given during the flag-off of the 2018 Anambra State Relief Intervention for people affected by flood under the auspices of Bright Vision Health Foundation, BVHF, in collaboration with the Latter-day Saints Charities in Oka. Correspondent Emmanuel Kemko was there and now reports.
Obiano, represented by his deputy, Dr. Nkemo Keke, who disclosed that the state government, through the State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA, has been supportive to the people since the emergence of the flood till date, said the government would not relent in giving them succor. Governor Obiano, while describing the intervention of the charity groups as awesome, said the gesture is apt as it is done during the Christmas celebration season and would help in giving the people a sense of belonging as they have lost a lot to the flood disaster.
What this will do is to help them in that process, putting their lives back together. This partnership is supporting what the state government is doing.
In their remarks, the Chief Executive Officer of the BVHF, Ambassador Adobe Dozier, and the State President, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, Mr. Peter Ezigwe, said the gesture was to assist the efforts of the state government in alleviating the sufferings of the people that are bedeviled by the natural disaster in the state, promising continued support to the state government. The relief materials donated by the groups were bags of rice, tomatoes, red and groundnut oil, cartons of noodles, mattresses, among others. In Oka, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo, reporting for ABS News.
And still on the news this evening, the reform of legal practice to meet modern trends is the focus of the 2018 Bar Week of the Nigerian Bar Association, NBA Onitsha branch. The 5-day event held at Louis Mbanefo Bar Center, Onitsha, featured lectures on critical topics of interest to members of the bar and bench. Also featured football matches and the annual bar dinner. Details from our studio.
Declaring the NBA Onitsha Brand Bar Week open, Governor Willie Obianọ, represented by the Attorney General of the State and Commissioner for Justice, Dr. Ujunwogu, congratulated members of the NBA Onitsha branch for rising up to the challenge of modern times in their choice of theme, which is reforming the legal practice to meet modern trends. According to the governor, the premier bar in Onitsha has done so well for winning the NBA Annual General Conference Football Competition Gold Cup back-to-back in 2017 and 2018. In addition to their dispensation of justice, and urged them to embrace partnership in their law practice to thrive better.
The Bar Week, as we all know, is a great week for all lawyers within a particular bar. Because if you look at what is happening today, particularly in Igbo land, you find out that we have not come into terms with the reformation in the modern trends of practice in Nigeria, particularly in terms of partnership.
In his opening remark, the chairman of the occasion and administrative judge of Nnewi Division, Justice Onochie Anya-Achebelu, reminded the members of the bar and the bench that the Bar Week is a time for them not only to socialize, but to continue in their legal education.
This is a time for us to relax. This is a time for us to socialize. This is a time for us to wine and unwind. This is a time for us to attend that ritual called bar dinner.
In his address, the chairman of NBA Onitsha branch, Barrister Ozemena Erinne, noted that the challenges facing the practice of law and lawyers, as well as the interference with the autonomy of the judiciary and the unbridled foray by non-lawyers into the sacred areas of law and practice, informs their choice of theme for the 2018 Bar Week.
On a happy note, the Premier Strikers made history by winning the 2017 and 2018 NBA Annual General Conference Football Competition.
At the bar dinner to mark the end of the Bar Week, the retired Honorable Justice Okechukwu Okeke of the Federal High Court described Onitsha Bar as a reference point, charged members not to run the colleagues down, and extolled the good relationship existing between the bench and the bar. Earlier in a remark, Chairman of the 2018 Bar Dinner, Justice G.C. Maduechesi, appreciated all and sundry for the innovations in the legal profession. In their respective remarks, the Planning Committee Chairman of the 2018 Bar Week, Justice Peter Afuba, the alternate chairman, Barrister Onyechi Ononye, the vice chairman of NBA Onitsha branch, Barrister Amaka Uzuebu, and Barrister Edward Ibebu described the Bar Week as a huge success. Novelty football match between NBA and NMA Onitsha branch, presentation of prize to the NMA Onitsha branch chairman, Professor Dan Anyam, and to the winners of the Bar Week raffle draw formed the highlights of the occasion.
And on the celebration of the International Human Rights Day marked across the world yesterday, lights were beamed on rights of women, important members of the society. This was the focus of a media event and symposium organized by a non-governmental organization, Women Aid Collective, held in partnership with the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Anambra State Council, to mark the 2018 Human Rights Day and the 70th anniversary of the Declaration of Human Rights. Ushie has the report.
Held at the Godwin Ezemo International Press Center, Awka, the state chairman of Nigerian Union of Journalists, Sir Emmanuel Ifesinachi, reiterated that the NUJ is empowered with the duty of informing and educating the populace, and that the partnership with WACOL, an international NGO focused on human rights, peace advocacy, and conflict resolution, is to help promote the essence of helping women become better members of the society and properly assert their rights.
The duty of WACO and the function of NUJ has a lot of correlation. The society has it as a right to be informed, has it a right to be educated. These areas borders on human rights. And our God is here in Anambra State to remind us of other human rights that we needed to make us as a civil society.
On her part, the founder of WACOL, Professor Joy Ezeilo, pointed out that the theme of this year's Human Rights Day, as put by the United Nations, is Stand Up for Human Rights, to mark the joint celebration of 16 days of activism to end gender-based violence, called on law enforcement agencies to prevent violence and intimidation against women in politics and women candidates of different political parties during this electioneering period. Speaking on, Professor Ezeilo, who is the Dean, Faculty of Law at University of Nigeria, Nsukka, hailed the Nigerian government for upholding human rights at international and regional levels, and especially lauded the Anambra State lawmakers for passing the Violence Against Persons and Prohibition Law of 2017, and further called for the signing into law of the Bill on Prohibiting Violence Against Persons Living with Disabilities.
You can see that Nigeria has ratified as obligation at international level as a member of the United Nations and at regional level as a member of African Union. But in spite of this Nigeria ratification of this instrument, discrimination, including gender inequalities, social exclusion, continue with impunity, in fact, as a 10th level of impunity. Second,
in Oka, Ushe reporting for ABS News.
And on the national scene, the Senate chamber was thrown into a rowdy session today as lawmakers disagreed over the confirmation of 4 new members of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. The members are Ndasule Moses, Lawan Maman, Gadalanchi Najib, and Adeleke Adebayo Refiu. President Muhammad Buhari had in July 2016 written to the Senate seeking confirmation of the nominees as members of the commission. The chairman of the Committee on Anti-Corruption and Financial Crimes, Chukwuka Otazi, had presented a report of the committee to the lawmakers. He thereafter stated that the nominees are fit for the position and recommended that the Senate confirm them. Before the Senate went into the Committee of the Whole, Victor Umey of Anambra Central criticized the report, stating that in all the recent appointments into the Commission, the Southeast had been marginalized. He explained that while the acting chairman, Ibrahim Magu, is from the Northeast, the recently confirmed Secretary of the Commission, Olanipekun Olukoyade, is from Southwest, and 2 of the nominees are from the North. While accusing the executive of not playing along with the federal character principle, he asked that the report be stood down until the nomination is reviewed, a suggestion that was supported by Enyinaya Baribe of Abia. On his part, the Senate leader, Ahmed Lawan, urged the Senate to go ahead and consider the recommendations of the committee. Alin Dumei Baranu thereafter blamed the committee for not noticing the error in the report before recommending confirmation. The Depot and Petroleum Products Marketers Association of Nigeria, DAPMAN, has suspended its earlier directive to shut down depots nationwide and has given the federal government a 5-day grace to pay part of the outstanding debt which it owed the marketers. DAPMAN declared on Sunday that it will, on midnight of Sunday, December 9, stop the loading of petroleum products across its depots as a result of failure of government to pay the outstanding subsidy debts which it owed oil marketers. But the association's executive secretary, Olufemi Adewole, said that the shutdown was suspended for 5 days to give the federal government time to fulfill its promise. The association stated that its latest decision was due to the intervention of well-meaning Nigerians, including the National Assembly, as represented by the Senate Committee on Petroleum Downstream, and the constructive engagement of the federal government team by the labor unions most affected by the disengagement of DAPMAN's personnel. It's named the labor unions to include the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, National Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, National Association of Road Transport Owners, and the Petroleum Tanker Drivers. DAPMAN said that it had resolved to recall its disengaged personnel within 5 days to give the federal government's team the opportunity to conclude its process of paying marketers the full outstanding of $800 billion, with the first tranche being the amount already approved by the Federal Executive Council. Israeli forces have shot a dead Palestinian man in a village in the occupied West Bank after he allegedly attempted a car-ramming attack near a checkpoint. Local media reported that the Palestinian was identified as 27-year-old Omar Hassan Awad from the town of Idna in Hebron. According to the Palestinian Authority's health ministry, Awad succumbed to his wounds after he was shot in the back several times while driving his vehicle near a checkpoint. Awad was left bleeding for some time before a Palestinian Red Crescent ambulance was allowed to enter the scene to take him. He was pronounced dead upon arriving at the hospital. The Israeli army claimed its soldiers shot at the car when the driver refused to stop for inspection. It alleged that this placed the lives of the soldiers in danger, which prompted them to open fire. The incident comes a day after Israeli forces raided the West Bank city of Ramallah in search of gunmen who on Sunday wounded 7 Israeli Jewish settlers near the illegal settlement of Afra in a drive-by by shooting, according to the Israeli army. And now in sports, veteran Dutch winger Arjen Robben will play no part in Bayern Munich's Champions League clash at Ajax due to an ongoing knee injury, the Bundesliga giants revealed earlier today. Robben, aged 34, has been out injured since scoring twice in a 5-1 win over group rivals Benfica last month and is yet to fully recover. Robben, who scored Bayern's winning goal against Dortmund in the 2013 Champions League final, confirmed on Monday's edition of Magazine Kicker that he will quit the Bavarian Giants at the end of the season. Bayern, who sits top of Group E on 13 points, need just a point at Amsterdam Arena tomorrow to qualify for the last 16 as group winners. With a 2-point deficit to Bayern, a winner for Ajax will see the Dutch Giants finish top of the game, as well as Robben injured midfielders Corentin Tolisso and James Rodriguez have been also left off Niko Kovac's matchday squad. And that's just about it on the news. But before we go, a quick reminder that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any parts of the world by logging onto our website, www.absradiotv.com. Like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/ABS Radio Television. And follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ABS Radio TV. And now the recap of our major stories. Federal government has said it is satisfied with the level of work at Zig's Mausoleum. State government has assured of commitment to sustained assistance to support persons affected by flood. Senate has suspended confirmation of new members of EFCC over federal character deficiency. And on the foreign scene, we reported that Israeli army has shot dead a Palestinian man after attempted car ramming. And that's the of our package tonight. Many thanks for watching. My name is Chidimma Oranga. Good night.